Toodaloo. Hello. How's it going? I said toodaloo first, whatever. Hello, friends. Hi, Dawn. Hello, Maud. Friend. Look, I'm cute. And Ixo had the tape up whiteboard because the sunlight was right in my face. Okay, I'm not ready, but I'm ready. How are you doing? How's everybody? Everybody who's here at the moment, we are doing a crafty day in today. I am making some Christmas inventory. Because Christmas. Woo! Yay! Okay. Alright, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just working. I'm working. I'm scared of the raid. I shouldn't be. I've done this like 3 times before, but never in the middle of the day, so it's super weird. Hand, don't you dare shake on me. I don't want to stab myself. Hello, Elisa Milan. Reception. Hello, friends. Hello, welcome. And I saw that follow from Rat Quack just before I went live. Thank you. Welcome to a crafty day in. Welcome to the bead box. I'm Vanishing Pearl. Thank you for beating my friend. I'm making little bows on these presents and they're so adorable. I love it. Sounds the alarm. No. Already? It's only been 2 seconds. Okay. Yeah, my volume's good, right? Because that's usually the one thing I forget is to check that. We're good. I can be heard. My microphone's on. Okay. Deep breath. You got this. I know I got this. Like I said, it's just like right before something starts, it's like, oh, the nerves. And then it starts and you're like, oh, I'm fine. I'll be fine. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I need my little cactus too. Oh, wrong screen. Sorry. Jeez. Ha! This is my seconds. Wow, how goes it? Hello, Prince. Ooh, are those presents? They are. Look it. They're so cute. They have bows. Little bows. Yeah, I did the bow design originally on my cactus bracelet, but I had to scale it down for the 5 across bracelet. So those Santa cacti have presents with bigger bows and bigger boxes. But I had to do them smaller because this size bracelet is what will sell for me. So I had to scale it down just a little bit. And I'm doing a few color palettes today to match the color palettes of the earrings I did last week. Fun. It's good, Mod. Definitely realized the overlay was wrong. I totally didn't until I was trying to put the cactus in the place that I decided he was going to live. But it looks like I have the stream schedule up, and I've got chat going on the side over here, and the banner across the bottom, which means like I have to have my loom in a different place. I'd normally have it over here, but that's where my face is. Because the camera layout is different than I lay my own out. But that's okay. It's okay, right? Looks like a totem pole. It's cute. Oh, I guess kinda, yeah. Yeah, so I just have chill music going. I like the totem pole. Yeah, I guess it does. And then I have the other one. I have 2 color palettes on these guys. Boop. Regular and then like the lighter color. And they're tapered at the ends for a graduated bracelet effect. Little friend. There's the raid! Oh my gosh, Lioness is here! Choo-choo! Raid train! Maddie Ant! Lioness! Gracie! Boop, 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 boop. I can't even chug on kazoo. Hello! For the crafty day in, 9-tailed fox. If I missed somebody, I'm so sorry. But thank you for being here regardless. Wolchbot. Beezus. Hello, welcome. Hi, everybody. Saren, hello. I don't know where my alert was on this screen. Oh, well. We'll live. If I miss alerts, I'm sorry, guys. Choo-choo, there's Elf. Hello, Geeky Octopus. Good morning, afternoon. It is afternoon for me. First time chat from Dinda D, hello and welcome to the hype train. Raid train. Both. It's both. I brought some friends. Oh, you brought quite a few friends. Oh my gosh. It's like the biggest raid I've ever had. How'd this happen? I know how it happened. You got raided too. I was there. I saw it. 9 a.m. for ASD guy. Hello, welcome in. Make sure you host. And make sure to view my actual channel. Click on my avatar at the bottom of the screen. And join with the rest of the viewers. Please and thank you. I have a feeling you're going to need multiple screens today. Just a few friends. Yeah, right. If I missed something in chat, guys, I'm sorry. Feel free to repost. Sorry, I have to say hi and bye. I need to get something to eat. All right, Glenn, thank you and have a good food. How is everybody? Huge round for the amazing stream. Right? Lioness did a phenomenal job, guys. And I know you came from there, but if you're not following her, go follow her. What are you doing? How'd you do that? How'd you miss that? It is a crafty day, and yes. Yeah, check them all out. Check everybody out. All the hype kazoos. So much kazoo. I'm the worst. I'm the worst at playing kazoo. All right. Thank you for the host, Rack Whack. Such a cute pattern. Oh, thank you. Let me zoom in on it in just a second here. I need to make sure my thread isn't getting tangled up. But yeah, these are all my designs. I'm working on Christmas inventory. All right, so I've got a little bracelet here. Little alternating red and green presents with tiny, tiny beady bows. Usually I only have 9 motifs on a bracelet like this, but they're one bead shorter than normal, so I'm gonna have a whole 10. I have 10 boxes. Yay! Is that a Christmas cactus? Yes. In the background, yes. Flails and dies from cuteness. I have 2 of them. These I made these in 2019 because I didn't have any shows last year, so they didn't. I made them at the end of my show circuit in 2019. Oh, OMG, this is so cute, and I could never make something so tiny and beautiful. You know, everybody has to start somewhere. You can always start with bigger beads and go smaller, or even bigger if you want. So yeah, these are my little Santa cacti. They look like little cactuars to me, so I love them. And they have presents. They come bearing gifts. So this is the bigger version of the bow box, like side by side. Different sizes. Yeah. Pony beads, yeah. Start with pony beads and go down from there. Although I've seen people like start with pearlers as well, because those are pretty big. They're bigger than size 8s. They're in between like an 8 and a 6. Yeah. But yeah, so beautiful. Thank you much. You know, but yeah, I am working on looming this. This is how I do the bracelets, like I just showed you. But I've had a whole bunch of other Christmas inventory as well recently. Like I'm wearing a wreath. I'm gonna show you this way because it's so much easier. Doop. That I made a tiny bow on too, which was a lot harder than the little ones I'm doing now. But I'm wearing the wreath on my one and only Christmas sweater. It is short sleeve because I hate long sleeves, and it's fantastic. I love it. Wasn't that lucky. I started out with size 11 delicas when I started beading. I wouldn't say lucky, you know. I started off with small beads too, and I just kind of stayed there. Cactus, where are you going? Why do you keep trying to run away? It's like he's 1,000 needling me, and then he's gone. Haven't seen those yet. Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to do a little run through of the Christmas inventory I have. Because everything else I have is, not everything, but most of what I have is on the website. I am doing a 25% off for this weekend. The Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Crafty Day In, all of that goodness. That's going to be until the 30th, so the end of the month. That is on my website only. I do have an Etsy, but if you use the code on my website, you'll get the discount. You know, gotta drive the traffic there. But I'm about to show you things that are holiday themed that are not on the website because it's my most recent work. And because I am not that fast at listing things. But yeah, let me do a quick run through of what I have. So I made these last week. Everything here I made last week. Boop. And these are little tree earrings Got a few different colors. They're made with little flowers and they're so cute and adorable. They're tiny. And very, very lightweight. These are all acrylic beads, but they're hard to source. There's a price right on it. I am a working artist. I do shows all the time. I actually have one tomorrow. This is why I needed to stream today for a Crafty Day In, is because I do have an IRL show tomorrow that I have to be set up for by 9 in the morning. So kind of a busy weekend for me specifically. But yeah, home G's are cute. Another raid. Who did I miss? Oh, Masked Bandit, thank you. Wait, was it Masked Bandit? No. Yes. Okay, thank you for the other raid. My alerts aren't on this scene for some reason, and I'm just gonna not figure it out while we're just gonna keep going with stream and not worrying about it. How's that sound? I knew I should have done the banner layout. The buddies are raiding. And shouting out to all of our lovely streamers. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. You're amazing. Popping in to say hello and host. Thank you, BK. Thank you for the host and the hellos. The welcome. Templar, welcome in. Welcome in. All right. Ooh. Love the earrings. Yes, these are my stitched earrings. These are what I usually make. I think I've got everyone who's rated so far. Thank you so much. And if I missed anybody and didn't say my thanks, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Masked Raid, thank you. Thank you, Flaccid, thank you. Yeah, and then I have a couple different color palettes of Christmas trees. And the silver beads are new. I'm experimenting both with gold and silver this year. I usually do gold. It's my preference. Woo, this is my normal palette. This palette matches the bracelet I'm making. I like the gold and the silver both in the dark green. I think they're fantastic. But yeah, if there's anything you see here on stream or on my Instagram that is not on my website, you can always message me. The discount will still apply. If you want to custom order something this weekend, the discount will still apply until midnight Central Standard Time on the 30th. On the 30th. Another one. Another what? Another raid? Who raided? Pix. Oh, the host. Thank you. Oh, and Catherine again. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my goodness. How are you doing, friend? How are you doing, friend? Aren't you a part of a Crafty Day In? Do you stream tomorrow or something? Or like, I haven't looked at the schedule enough to know. Hello, lovelies. Gotta support y'all today. Right? Thank you, Pix. Thank you so much. I'm wild. And yes, tomorrow morning. Okay, I'm not misremembering anything. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. So that's, the style of earrings. And then I have the one necklace that I've done so far that is holiday themed. Is this weird little wreath dude. Look at this weird guy. He doesn't stay centered. But it's cute. It's fun. I was experimenting. I was playing around. Did a little bit of combination macrame and bead work for the wreath part here. And there's this weird wire ball bead in the middle. And this was a leftover from my attempt at a bow. And then I got an actual bow. And so, I keep my weird pieces because that's the best way to inspire yourself to make something you never would have, is combine things different. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Pix, for all the biddies. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, bringing the beads back out. The active project. How is everyone doing? What are we working on today? My mom's here, so I'll watch for a while since she's distracted by the mini. All right, BK, thank you. Pearl, why do you do this? What did I do? What did I do, Elf? I did nothing. Lioness. Oh my gosh. But yes, thanks everybody for coming in. Did Sakura? What? I didn't do anything. The only Sakuras I have project-wise are yours and Dawn's, and I think Gamer Mama have sub-triangles from 100 million years ago that I haven't made yet. Moon, I'm working on a purple and teal beaded star. The 17-year-old in the house decided we needed one for the tree this year when he's seen the set of 4 you just finished. Well, then that is amazing. Do it. And you have a new program to chart with. Or, well, same program, new asset, I suppose. And I'm really excited for that beadographer release of the beaded peyote stars. Yes, man. That's amazing. Workin' lurkin'. Thank you, Pix. All right, on your store. Oh, I do. I have the sakura flower. And it glows under a black light. That one pictured, I don't have. It is a made to order, and I have one set of buttons that I can remake that set with. So, get it fast or don't get it at all. But yeah, the soccer set I do have. I forgot about that. Sorry. It's been a few weeks since I sold the last one, so maybe a month. I don't remember. Ooh, presents. Yes, I have presents for you all. Enjoy. Moon, yes, I need to do a beater tag in my Discord as well. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no. That's been the most handy thing. That's what I do every time that there's new information out, is just at all the beaters. And speaking of the Discord, if anybody does want to join, there is the link. Ixo will greet you as you come in today. He has volunteered to say hi. He does that anyway, but like he's especially keeping an eye on it today. So if you don't know who Ixo is, he is my husband. We've been together 11 years. He's the one that makes a good chunk of the graphics for Vanishing Pearl stuff. He's the one that will make the Beater Late Than Never remaster, which is a book full of bead puns. Because we are all about the puns here. Exclamation pun in chat to find a bead pun of your very own. The beads very lightweight. Oh, yeah, they're very, very lightweight. They weigh almost nothing. What's the pun? What's the pun? Let me find it. Peanut bead allergies are the reason for the use of EpiPens in 98% of craft stores nationwide. Peanut beads. My beading project is from Halloween still. There's nothing wrong with that, though, Mrs. Sermonte. Ooh, I like that name. Is it? No, it's very low, but it's going. I know. Might be. That's okay, though. And my alerts aren't going either, and I think it's because I made a new scene. But that's okay. I'm keeping up. It's beautiful. Yes, beautiful. Also, for those of you who have seen my bot post something, it's believe in yourself. My usual greeting for followers is thanks for beading my friend. Or would you like to bead my friend? Back for a little. All right, Glenn, welcome back. Love it. Yes. You know, if I can't make a project just to have a pun, then I'm not sure I did it right. You know, for the things I do for myself, they're mostly like just bad puns or just bad ideas in general. That's it. Banded. I used to do beadwork, lost my frame, and just never replaced it as I got more into stitching. Oh no! It happens though. Excited to start something Christmas for Mrs. Sermonte. You can just start something Christmas. You don't have to finish the last thing. But don't listen to me because I have over 60 whips last I counted. I was trying to get under 50 and then just an extra like 10 or 12 happened. And I'm like, I'm never going to get ahead, guys. The ghost of Ixo Past is just going to come and haunt me forever. How are you today? I'm doing all right. It's a little warm here. I have a sweater on. But I'm inside instead of outside. But it's a short sleeve sweater, so there's that. Feliz Navidelicas, yes! I need more stock. Everybody needs more stock. I need copper beads, I remembered recently. I don't have any good copper delicas, specifically, which is sad. They're one of those finishes that's just hard to trust. I suppose is the right word. Oh no. What button? You clicked a button, Alf. Oh no. Should I be scared to go look? To see what happened? I might should be scared to go see what happened. Oh, I'm so close with this. Moon, also super excited. The 17-year-old in the house is interested in learning how to bead. Woohoo! You have plenty of beads. So sometime after the holidays, I'll have new students. Oh, man. I'm jealous. I want new students. You guys can always learn from me. I'm always happy to teach. Always, always. One of us. One of us. Problem sometimes is you can't find the stock. Oh no. Yeah, you can't. It depends on what you're looking for, and I know a lot of companies are having a hard time being supplied themselves because of the supply chain issues around the world. Which, for the most part, doesn't affect me. I mostly work from stash that I have on hand. With the exception of very, very, very few projects, I don't ever need to like reorder beads for a project. I'll just swap colors in the middle. I don't care. You get more creative that way. Oh, I'm leaning forward and that's where the sun is? It was worse. It was blocking my whole face earlier, so. Bathroom break. Go to the restroom, Dawn. You've earned it. Don't stay still all day. Moon, and sharing all the little things I've learned, discovered over the last 20 years of beading. Yes, right? Like that's the whole point, you know. Nobody wants, I don't know, I suppose some people do, but like most people don't want their craft to die with them, you know. They want to pass it on to somebody, even in just little tiny chunks. And that's what I'm here for, you know. It's a dying art. Beadwork is a dying art. You don't want it to just like fade into the ether. Oh, this is why Saren made the kit. She didn't want the dragons to end with her when she stops. You know, and I can see that, you know, because I know the original designer she learned from does other stuff, does you know, big and huge and grand scale type of beadwork, you know. It may not necessarily ever come back to the S dragon specifically, you know, but yeah, Saren wants her influence to go out into the world, and that's amazing. And she put a lot of work into that, guys, like a lot. I've looked at that tutorial and just been like, it made my knees buckle just looking at the amount of diagrams she did, and just like how thorough it is. I haven't followed her instructions yet. I have followed the old instructions, our RKRA's instructions before, but I haven't followed Saren's yet to see how they differ. Hello, Queen Homeslice. How are you today? It is a crafty day in. Everybody here in chat, or most of them, are here for a crafty day in. Exclamation point crafty to find out what that is. If you need handmade goods for all your friendos, these shops will be amazing. Goodness, my bot is in like 3 or 4 different responses. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't check that earlier. These kits are so easy to follow and build. I've made 10 following her instructions and building 8 kits. Oh my gosh. Excited for the future. Oh, Prince, my 6-year-old niece is showing a lot of interest in crafty things, including jewelry. That is amazing. Okay, I'm leaning too far forward and the sun is hitting my face. Sad. Pony beads, and take cardboard box that you can poke holes in and set it up as a loom using yarn, and get the big eye dull needle and teach your loom. Yeah, no, that's a great way to do it. I met a lady in town who says that she teaches kids to loom with size 6 beads, which works just as easily too. It happened to me too. What happened to Linus? Oh no, did I miss something? Ooh. It's a fun idea. Thank you. What happened here, guys? What did I do? This bow came apart. I must not have been paying attention to something. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's backtrack a little. Needs to pay attention when you have chat. Nah, not me. It's a fun idea. Thank you. Yeah, it sounds good. The bot doing the thing it's doing. Oh no. Oh, the multi response. Yeah, I didn't check it. I usually do and see that it fits all in one, but I did not do that this time. All right. Let me make sure I'm doing the thing correctly now. I don't know why, but I don't think I was paying attention before. Moon. I hate it when I do things like that. Linus, it's because the text in the command is entered in those spots. Does that make sense? I know, yeah. I know in theory, but I don't know the exact words of why it does it. But it does it. And I'm not going to worry about it. It's only 2 hours. Hubby's interrupting the cleaning. Oh no. It's only bad if you're like in the zone. You know, if you're like not wanting to clean, an interruption is welcome. I'm leaning too far forward. We should have moved to the other side. This is the time of day where the sun is directly on my face in this room, so I wasn't actually anticipating that. I haven't streamed at 11 a.m. Central before. Well, not often anyway. I usually stream at 2 p.m. and so like the sun is always further away from me. Who knows about distraction? Tried to lurk all day one day. Did not work. Oh, I think a few of us are like that. Like some streamers we can like lurk with and others we're just like always distracted by chat and we have to interact. It varies for me too. So yeah. These gold beads look like fancy forbidden candy. Candy. Ooh. Sparkles. Sprinkles. Oh, sprinkles? We're talking about sprinkles now? You started this. Okay. We're talking about the sprinkles. I'm going to show off a recent whip. That's still a whip. But I have the ice cream cones. Pieces are cut out. They're in progress. This is a scissor case for the Reginalds. Happening. Perfect size. I did it correctly. Okay, cool, Yael. Hi, friends. What are we working on today? Well, I'm working on Christmas bracelets. But we're talking about sprinkles. So, we're looking at the delicious beads on the top of these ice creams. So this is a rainbow sherbet with candy sprinkles, I suppose. Oh, there's a lurk. And then we have the mint chocolate ice cream with the chocolate sprinkles and the chocolate chips. Look at that. These are both so fun to make. So fun to make. All right, more lurks. Lioness OMG. They're so delicious that I want it so bad. I just want it finished so bad. Bead point is real fun. Real fun. The mint. They're both so good. Like, too good to eat. Mint is genius. Oh, yeah. Like, guys, for those of you who do bead, and you're like, mint chocolate chip. The chocolate chips are Tila beads. So here's the full size. And then I have some half size ones as well. And the sprinkles are just long enough to, like, lay on top of them, too, if you need them to. It's great. And then the half Tila size ended up doing great as both vertical and horizontal. There we go. Vertical and horizontal. It seriously looks amazing. Thank you. I'm so happy. It was so fun to chart. Yeah, it was easy. Because I used the size reference from a scissor case in a book that I have. And then I used a reference for like a perler bead version of this. And then it ended up like nothing. Like it ended up my own size and much different than either one. And it was fantastic. I loved it. Charting it was fun. And beadographer has been mentioned a lot today too. But one of the other patterns that I use is easybeadpatterns.com. It is one of the nicest chart making programs. I use them both. I use them for different things. So let me find the charts for those two real quick. Just to show off the scrumptious ice cream. Boop. Here we go. I'm gonna go over here for a sec. Hey, I put my banner in the bottom. But yeah, here's the mint chocolate, the pattern. And so it doesn't have the sprinkles on this one. But this one kind of does. Vaguely where I place the actual sprinkles as I stitch the thing. But yeah. Charts are so gorgeous. Very scrumptious. They would work well as cross-stitch charts too. They wouldn't be as tall because beads are taller than stitches. But yeah. I love it. Finished. Finish the fuel, now time for water. All right, yes. See, my timer worked out better than the command does. That's so weird. But thank you, bot. And if you guys have forgotten, believe in yourself. And hydrate. Equally important. Words. I can't words. See, I keep thinking I'm at the beginning of the next row, and I'm not. I'm in the middle of a bow. So I'm probably going to lose track of time for a second, because now I'm in the middle of stream. I don't want to run late. It's only a 2-hour stream. We are part of the Crafty Day in Raid Train, and I believe next is Lumi Celine once her time slot is up. So, yeah. It's an all-day party, guys. All day. Ah! Alright. I tried to wake up at 4:30 and I failed. So I woke up at 6:30 instead. I slept in for 2 hours more than I meant to. So that's totally fine. So I've seen everybody and said hi to everybody a little bit today, which is good. Good. And you guys make sure to go and follow, at the very least follow, every raider, every streamer, every vendor's shops if you can. Just do those small things to support small business, and if it is within your financial means and you are in the holiday shopping moods, go and support some of them financially as well, buying some of the goods that everybody has. I have a variety of my beadwork. I sell tutorials, PDF tutorials. I'm actually starting to make YouTube tutorials. So those will be happening sometime in the future. Yeah, I've been saying that for years. But I have actually started learning how to edit. So that's fun. I was contemplating yesterday doing Vlogmas, and I know that would be super stressful, but it would also get me like a good daily habit. So I'm kind of on the fence about it still. Don't know. Never done it before. Hardly vlogged ever. So could be a bad idea. Probably a bad idea. But I would still try it just for fun. My idea of fun is interesting. Because I still haven't hunted down enough holiday shows for next month. So I've got this one today. And I have a small business one tomorrow at a local art gallery. And then I do farmers markets every week anyway. So when I don't have shows, I have farmers markets. But yeah, I haven't found too much else. Buna site. Hello and welcome. How are you doing? Long time no see. Welcome to a Crafty Day In. We're celebrating community over competition in the creative community here on Twitch. It's amazing. Exclamation point Crafty to find out what that is. Or it's just right there above you in chat. If you've been here long. Don't know if you just got here. But yeah. I am a seed bead weaver. I specialize in bead woven jewelry. I also did something funky here because I wasn't paying attention. Well, how dare I? Oh well, we're just gonna leave it there. Maybe nobody will notice. Maybe if I scoot it up that way, nobody definitely will notice. Let me just keep going and see if I can correct my error. There it is. Oh yeah, I don't know why. Crafty responses did weird. Oh well, it happens. Well, I know why. I'm just not gonna fix it. It'll just make chat go by fast. yeah, I am streaming for that. It's always a fun time. This is my third, maybe fourth time participating. I don't remember when I actually started, but I've done it several times before. This is just my first time in the daylight. The others were all at nighttime. Spirit beads. Well, this is like a spirit thread wrapped around stuff. Like there's a thread that's showing that shouldn't, but I don't care. I managed to tuck it in next to the red bead so it won't show up next to the white bead, which is about all that I can do. I'm not going to take apart that much work. But yeah, I do have spirit beads show up sometimes. For those of you who don't know what a spirit bead is, it is a mistake within beadwork, and in Native American traditions, they are left in the work purposefully because the spirits put them there, because they were meant to be there anyway. So they're not mistakes, they're spirit beads or happy accidents, however you choose to believe. In this case, mine was a spirit thread, which does happen. Thread wraps around things, or you're not paying attention and you go the wrong direction, and thread is just showing where it shouldn't. Happens a lot. Well, if George is going to be busy tomorrow, oh boy. Do we have the Crafty Day in merch is on their website. I don't actually have the link for that. I don't have a command for that. So if one of the mods wants to put that in chat for me, that'd be great. I think it's etsy.com/shop/a crafty day in. I believe. Be right back. Need nice thick socks. Oh, I have mine on. I'm considering taking mine off. So I have the first bracelet finished. There you go. That's better. Boop. And for comparison size, here's my wrist. It's just a small bracelet. It's super wearable, super easy, super lightweight. But I have all these other threads. I have 31 threads on here, which means I can fit 6 bracelets. I think 5 or 6, usually 5 or 6. I just go until I run out of room. But I am going to change colors, and we can chat while I clean up beads, which I like to do in between projects. It makes cleanup after stream a lot easier. If I do some of the work now. Oop, there we are. Dawn, thank you for that message. Crafty Day In organizers are going to give away a $10 coupon to limited edition merch in the Crafty Day In Etsy shop during a Sleeping Luna design stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There's your information. Lioness is lurking, cleaned out the desk, and I'm packing stickers. You cleaned your desk off already? Where do you put the plushies after you're done streaming? What about amigurumi? I don't know what you want to prefer to call them. Yeah, and everyone make sure you host. Yes, host engages viewership, and it improves the overall success of the event. Yes. If you are, yes, just make sure to host. I have a system. I don't know that I believe you. Just a basket. Do you play basketball at the end of every stream? Just like, whew, whew, whew. I totally would, because they're soft. That's just me, though. Yes, pretty much. Awesome. That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Ooh, I'm deciding. Do I want the dark green and silver or gold? I think I want the silver today. I'm gonna see how the silver works up in the bracelets and in the bows. I've never done silver bows on these little tiny present motifs before. So yeah. But yeah, I clean up my beads in between most of the time. Sometimes I get just way too distracted and just haul everything out. I call it critical mess when things start leaking onto the floor. Jess, thank you for the host. And thank you for the follow. Allie's Oblivion. If I said that wrong, I'm so sorry. Thank you for beating my friend. Welcome to the beatbox. I am Vanishing Pearl. It's a recipe for bead-tastrophes. Yeah. Oh, bead-tastrophes happen. Critical miss. I get bead-distracted. That was one I heard the other day. It was great. It was great. Haven't added that one to my pun list yet, but yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you much. Thank you much for beading here today. Ha! They'll never stop, guys. If you don't like puns, you're in the wrong place. I'm not sorry. We do have a Punderdome over in the Discord for you to share all those lovely, lovely, juicy wordplay puns. Pluns. I can't even say the word pun anymore sometimes. That's... There we go. Goldilocks and the 3 beads, yes. Got beads today. Yay! Hello, Nail Queen. Welcome in. What'd you get? I'm curious. Hello and welcome in to a Crafty Day In, if you haven't been. For anybody who's new in chat just now. This is an all-day community over competition raid train featuring 38 plus vendors, all with their unique sales going on using the coupon code Crafty21. That lasts all day today and tomorrow, guaranteed, and some vendors have it lasting through the weekend, through the week, even longer. Mine is till the end of the month on the 30th. You get 25% off anything on my website. Lots of beads. Ooh, lots of beads, lots of beads. Yes. Facepalm is an emote for a reason. Yep, you facepalm to all the bad puns that happen in the channel and in the Discord both. Yeah. You know what's also an emote that I haven't uploaded to Twitch yet? The button. The spooky button. Ixo actually put them in the Discord for us. So we have the spooky scream button, which is great. But I haven't uploaded it to Twitch yet. I forgot about him. He's great though. You can use him in the Discord right now. So I'll get him uploaded to Twitch at some point here soon. And the Regina Stork Scissor, she needs to be an emote too. Right now you can only use Reginald as an emote, but we do have art of Regina. Spooky, right? Yeah. We kept him during the bead de-stash. I wasn't, just was like, what's that face coming off that button? It's scary. And so it was our Halloween emote this year. It was fun. Love this. Yes. Okay. So I'm getting colors out now for the next one. And this is going to be my color palette. Where's my silver? Where's my red? No. There it is. Okay. So it's like a deep dark red. It's not the cherry red like the other one. Come here, guys. So this is the cherry red. This is like a deep dark red. And this is one of my Toho beads. So I mix and match Delicas and Tohos all the time. So this is Delica 378 and this is Toho 706. Just one of my all-time favorites. And so is this. This is also a Toho. This is 762. Also one of my all-time favorites. Boop, boop. Crafty. Like the difference of 814 to 666 in DMC floss. Yeah. Where do you buy your Delicas? I buy my Delicas lots of places. I'm just going to list off several. Fire Mountain is where I've shopped the longest. I don't always get them there anymore, but unless it's the only place that has them. Art Beads as well. They have a lot of sales at times. I know that you're in Portugal though, so I don't know of any European sites at the moment. That would be great to get them. Most of what I'm going to say is US companies, and I know for anybody overseas that could be difficult. I mostly get Fire Mountain, Art Beads, Eureka, no, not Eureka, Aura crystals. Sorry. When I think of them, they get stuck in my head different. You can buy stuff from Eureka crystals. I just haven't, so I only vouch for things I've shopped at. I did buy from Jill Wiseman. Last purchase I made, I did buy from Jill Wiseman. She's phenomenal. Super fast, but I'm also in Texas, and she's in Texas. She's in Houston. But she had everything I needed that time, which is super rare to have everything you need in one shop stop. It was phenomenal. It was great. That's where I got these, because Art Beads didn't have them. And Aura Crystal didn't have them either. Or was it the 15.0 size? It was one of the sizes. No, it was the 11.0 size. For some reason, the 11.0 rounds they didn't have in Tohos. And I'm like, you have everything else. What gives? Nail Queen. This box that I got was from there, and I ordered it in October. It got stuck in customs. I had to pay another $100 for it, and in total paid almost $4. Oh my gosh. From where? Which one? Fire Mountain, I think? I think that's what I've seen you order from before. I've seen the tubes on your stream. And for those of you who don't know, who are regulars in my chat, Nail Queen has just started learning how to brick stitch recently. So I'm going to give her a shout out. For the one of us beaters, if anybody wants a new one to go follow. I collect you all. I say that lovingly in a menacing voice. Thank you, you're amazing. Yes. And for those of you who don't know, we are doing a Crafty Day in. I think I've said it 100 million times by now. All of the socials are along at the bottom here. CraftyDayIn.com, and you can find all the lovely vendors in our Twitch community and other places on the interwebs who are having wonderful sales this weekend. Hello, beautiful. Aw, it's in 2 p.m. All right. So look at this gorgeous color palette. Like, I love muted jewel tones. I think that's what it is. Just like neutral muted jewel tones. It's fantastic. And either one of these whites works. I'm just going to use this one. Wait. No, I was supposed to use this one. Because these two finishes next to each other don't work out. Good thing I checked. Hello, Maggie. Welcome in. It's going to be gorgeous. Yeah, I hope so. I think it's going to be super duper cute. And the reason I'm changing these out is because with beads, if you have too many of the same finish in certain color palettes, like, it gets distracting to your eye. You want a balance of shiny and matte and like subtle sparkle like this one has. Because the third bracelet I need to make, here we go, come on beads. It will look better with these two beads versus these two beads, which means this one needs to be in here. But this white would have worked with both. You just gotta balance it out. And I wanted to use 3 different whites, so for the 3 different versions. I just got ahead of myself, that's all. Got that middle one today. Ooh, this one? This one's great. It's like a satin mint color. 2188. Delicate number for anybody who's interested. I have returned. That was a long bathroom break. But also, I hope you got up and stretched and hydrated and all that lovely stuff. Yes, it's beautiful. Yeah, that mint green is super pretty. It's so vibrant, which is nice. I was getting food. Good. I will get food after stream. I wasn't quite hungry yet. And I had like a whole tankard of coffee, so I've been to the bathroom like several times. Wasn't a tankard, but it's like a 20-ounce mug. Like, it's more than I need ever, but I drink it all. Has food. What am I making? All right, so here's my color palette. I am making a second one of these little gift box bracelets. Alternating red and green on a white background with gold bows. This one's going to have silver bows. All the tinsel colors I'm experimenting with, so it's fun. In the sun. To lie, shipwreck, and comatose, drinking fresh mango. Why am I singing the red? You guys made me sing the Red Dwarf theme song. I'm a little sad. I can't mix my Toho and Delica currently. My Toho are size 10, while Delicas are size 11s. I mix them anyway. They're slightly different. You know, they're still size 11s. They look bigger, but it's mostly just the holes are bigger. Camera? Do we gotta have problems? There we go. So, Toho, Delica. It looks bigger, but it's mostly just a trick of the eye, and the holes are bigger. Because they do end up just being the same size. You know, very, very minimal difference. It's not enough for me to care about. But I know not everybody's the same way as I am, so. I want. Elf, I'll be running errands in a bit. We'll probably do food at that time. Fair enough. Come on over. I'll make you some. Ugh, I want food. Don't make me hungry. I'm not allowed to be hungry for like another hour or something. Yeah, just over an hour. So, yeah, I don't usually do short streams. I usually stream for 4 hours. So cutting it in half is like, I gotta keep an eye on the clock. But yeah, it's beautiful. What's the difference of Toho? Toho is a different manufacturer. They're both Japanese. Toho has slightly larger holes in the center, so you can accommodate more thread passes through a project, which is fantastic, especially for like the size 15 beads. Oh my gosh. Those also do have larger holes. It's minimal difference, but it can make or break literally a project because the beads can actually break if you pass through them too much, depending on what you're making. With brick stitch, it wouldn't be a huge issue. You usually only pass through the bottom row twice, maybe 3 times, and then every other bead after that you pass through once until you get to finishing it off. Toho's are round, whereas Delicas are cylinder. They're cylinder. They're still cylinders, but they're a little bit rounder looking. The Acos, so these are Toho Treasure. These are Toho Treasures. I can't afford Acos. The Acos are a lot more, they look a lot more like Delicas, but the Treasures are roughly the same in appearance. But the Acos look almost identical. Like if you got 2 colors very similar from both brands, a lot of people would be hard pressed to tell the difference. They're also just high quality beads. That's what the mods are for, to smack you when it's time. Okay, fair. But like, I don't want to hog anybody's time. The day's not about me, it's about everybody. Alright, how did I end up? Oh, whatever. We're going with it. Alright, so it does get a little bit tricky looming. When you have multiple bracelets going, you got to make sure to come in between your current bracelet and your next one instead of around like you would for a full piece of beadwork. Nail Queen, do you know the Delicas that like our color, but then when you move it, it looks like it's rainbow? I got a couple of those and my eyes are just like, wow. AB is the finish. It's short for Aurora Borealis, like the Northern Lights. And yeah, those will change color. They're slightly iridescent. 2, 3, 4, 5. And a lot of beads come with that finish on them. I don't have any right now. Nope. My 15, like my opaque white size 15 are Aurora Borealis by accident. I just meant to get them without a finish, but I don't care. And they make Delicas in size 15 as well. So that's fairly new to the beading scene. I know it's several years old now, but it took a while for me to learn that. Don't know why. I don't know who didn't inform me that Delicas came in size 15s, but my collection is very, very slowly growing. Yes, that OMG I love. I use 11, yeah. 15s always have their purpose though. Always. But 15 cylinders are, I'm still trying to figure out how to use them. It's just, they're so new that I don't know everything I should be doing with them. Hello, Ra. How are you? Who carries 15 Delicas? So far, I have seen them on Fire Mountain Gem's website. I've seen the most on Art Beads. Jill Wiseman has some. Aura Crystals has some. That's all I've shopped for. I don't know about Shipwreck. Shipwreck might have some. I don't like their new website as much as I loved their old website, and so I haven't bought from them since they changed it up, which is so sad because I really stinking love the old website, but I just have a nostalgic heart, I guess. I don't know. It seems much harder to navigate now, and that just makes me sad. But I haven't checked to see if they have size 15 Delicas. But they do have, interesting beads like size 13 Charlottes and facet cut seed beads, which are kind of cool. Nail Queen, do you know any places that here in the Europe that sell Delica beads that would be a really Really big help. You know, I really need to look into this because I do get asked it often enough. There used to be a company called Max Beads, but I think they're out of business. So I can't recommend that one anymore. But I think because the prices were in kroner at the time, and I translated some of them to US dollars, and they seem to be affordable, but again, I don't think they're in business, so I can't recommend that one. But I should remember to look into it. If you want to DM me somewhere and remind me, I'll look into it for you. Because I can definitely ask around. Oh. Is Dawn shouting out all the beaters? Dawn, I love you. I used to use fusion beads, but they went out of business. Yeah, they went out of business. And the U.S. Potomac has a lot of cool stuff. When I do need to go to them, I would do it for specialty beads. Like they are a bead manufacturer as well as supplier. And so they get a lot of things made for the beading community, which I think is phenomenal. I want to try some of the halo beads for some of the shaped beads, and I want to try storm duos, specifically storm duos, and then I want to try the dragon thread. I just still haven't gotten around to it. I'm not waiting for anything, it's just I keep forgetting. Yeah, Queen, I have a question. The kind of beading that you're doing right now, what is it called? This is called Loom Work. This is a beading loom. This is... Yeah, I wouldn't know where to get it in Europe, so I can't recommend that, but most hobby stores have them, and I don't know what hobby stores look like in other countries, but you might try checking there first. But this is a wire loom. You can also make a loom out of a shoebox and thread. So any cardboard box that has upright panels, you can just cut holes in it, cut slots in it, or you can tape a comb to a box and use the teeth of a comb to separate your warp threads out. That works too. The only downside to doing that is that you won't be able to control the tension, which is what this roller comes into play for. But yeah, this is called Loom Work. This is how I started beading, and it is my absolute favorite form of beadwork. Caravan has Swarovski still? Maybe. You know, people are gonna have like old stock until they run out, you know. But yeah, Caravan is in Maine, I believe. And I still haven't bought from them. Can you believe that? They've been around forever. I've tried to enter some of their competitions before. You know, that's how I started buying from Fire Mountain Gems, was because I entered the competitions and actually got, you know, some of the award money. Gee, I wonder if that's how they did it on purpose. Yeah. Maggie, thank you for the stretch. Moon, I never really worked with loom. I've always just done square stitch. I love the loom. I know the ends can intimidate a lot of people, but there is a free tutorial on my website to show you how to deal with them, and it makes it easier. Not perfect, but easier. And you won't break any beads that way, so at least that's the one benefit of it. But I like to have a lot of loom work where I can see the ends of the work, and that's what my technique comes in handy for. And it's not mine. I had first learned about it from Sharon Bateman's looming book, which, man, that was hard to track down. It's the only place I've ever seen it in print. And so I share it around as much as I can, because techniques are not copyrightable. Posture check. Ugh. Any success in the compilations? What compilations? Oh, competitions. Oh, I haven't done a competition in a long time. The last one I entered, the last competition I entered was a Swarovski competition for Fire Mountain Gems. And I think I entered like my little beaded biscornu thing. And then I got, you know, the email of, we're gonna hold off the competition. And it was just super vague. And then the news And then I found out about the news about Swarovski like a couple months after that. And I'm like, I see what you did there. And now they're going back to the one competition a year thing after having split it up into 6 back in 2009. And I'm like, and they're not going back to the original prize money amounts. And I'm like, you guys, you're cheapskates. Come on. Cut it out. Found my fuzzy snowflake socks. Have snowflakes on the brain. Lol. Mine don't. They have like chevrons. But they're just black and white. Competitions? Why though? Why'd they go back to the single competition but not increase the prize money so that they could cut the amount of prize money they're giving out? I don't know. But they didn't even go back to like the original single competition prize money either. I think my competition days are mostly over. Like, you know, if you make a piece for something like that, you're gonna have that piece for a decade minimum. Which is all well and good, but sometimes you get tired of looking at the same thing over and over and over again. That being said, I am a teeny bit sad that my fire-powered plumbing piece actually finally did sell. I sold it last month, and I was just like confounded. I'm like, somebody who lives here wants to buy that? Like, are you kidding? What's going on? But, you know, you just happen to hit upon that one person who you've never met before, and they want your really big, really time-intensive piece, and it just happens. Like, you'd think they'd have time to gather the amount for the prize money. Well, you know, I'm not even gonna... I don't know. They're still doing competitions, so that's probably a lot better than most places. And they do them frequently, too. Well, it's once a year now, but, you know, for several years they did them every few months. Whereas most companies, like, I haven't seen most of them do competitions in a very, very long time. Like, I entered a soft flex competition once, and I got finalist. I got my piece professionally photographed. That was cool. Found those photographs the other month. I don't remember if I got anything monetary wise for that. A lot of things you didn't. A lot of things it was like bragging rights or like photography credits or I don't know, exposures. I've grown up since then. As we all know. In my brain, there are no beading magazines left in the world. I know that's not entirely true. There is one, but we don't talk about it. And I encourage nobody to ever submit because you won't get paid. Time is a social construct. Cough hack. It doesn't exist. Doesn't exist in my brain. I can't wholeheartedly recommend the current editor at the moment. So until that changes or it goes under, there isn't a magazine in my brain. Beadwork just died though. Well, kind of. It went digital, and I need to sign up for like the Interweave Plus to see how that all functions and works out because I'm told that we can still submit as usual, with some sort of flair or badge to our name if we're design. I don't know how it works. I need to figure it out before I can say more. Like you can sign up now and like get access to like the backlog or parts of the backlog. I don't know how much. It basically looks like Facet Jewelry did with Kallenbach with a bead and button, but behind a paywall. So it makes sense. It's probably more profitable that way. Less cost in paper because we've seen how the printing industry has definitely been affected by the pandemic. So, it makes sense. I just wanna remember to actually sign up for the thing. That's all. It's a business expense. Business expense. Nail Queen, I'm sorry for all the questions. What kind of thread are you using? I got myself some nylon thread today, but I've been using fishing wire. I prefer the nylon thread. This is actually Nymo. I did buy this from Fire Mountain Gems. What size is this? This is size B. It's a kind of I rubbed it off. There was tape here at one point these don't come with a notch in them, so I cut myself a notch with my jeweler saw, but I had it taped to the bottom at one point, which is a bad idea, because now I can't say everything about it. But this is the nylon. This is Nymo beading thread. It's what you usually see in the little tiny bobbins, but a big ass spool of it. Oh, sorry. I should not be saying minor curse words or major ones either. Not today. We are a crafty day in and family friendly after all. Come on. I usually hold this up closer to me to get back through. I reinforce the bows just because I feel like they might snag on stuff. I don't know. Some things I'm paranoid about, other things not so much. Elf, how the printing industry's long, slow death has been since computers were created. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think people will forever give up books, though. But I also don't think that the printing industries are passing on their knowledge as much, and it's just, from what I've read, there's a lot of investment up front, and it's very, very hard for small independent book printers to stay afloat, which I think is incredibly sad, because those are the people who would be the most passionate about it, you know? But I think there are people who would still pay a premium for books because it is a preference. I prefer reading with a book rather than a Kindle or my phone, for sure. Nymo! It's a lot. Why the bopping? What are we bopping? Real bad experience. Did you have real bad experience using Fireline threads? What I had was a clumsy friend. This is past tense, but I had this bracelet that I made her, and it was brick stitch triangles on both ends with long strands in the middle to make up the rest. It was a bead soup piece. And I made that bracelet over and over again, 6, 7, 8 times. I don't know. We were friends for a decade, so she brought it back to me every so often and said, I broke it again. I'm like, what are you doing? She's catching it on door handles. I'm like, can you be more careful? And I had made it with Fireline, and eventually I just stopped making it with Fireline. I went back to Nymo. It was a black bracelet, so I just used black Nymo. And she never brought it back after that point. So either because she still wore it at the time that I knew her. I don't know if she does anymore, but she didn't bring it back after that point. So either she learned to be really careful with it, or the Nymo did the trick. But at that point, I had been having a lot of hard problems with, I ended up with a couple of bad brittle batches. You just get a spool every now and then that just cracks and fizzles on you, and it's weird. Then I got tired of black pinkies, and for those of you who bead and use Fireline, you know what a black pinky is. For actual books, me too. Can you say bad word? You bought my bad word, I'm sorry. And then there is Dawn's message for the coupon again. Oh, redeeming with a highlight. That's clever. I see what you did there. You smart. You smart friend. You good mod. Thank you, Dawn, for being mod today. You did promise me you would take a nap today sometime, though. I do job. You do good job. But yeah, so that's one little bow present. Come, friend. Show. I still love that my camera autofocuses. It's amazing. I'm so happy I bought a camera. Oh my gosh, I love you, friend. I want to pat it, but then it'll yeah. I love you, friend. I get beads. Beads equals pay? Sure. Wait, I gave you monocle recently, but I make you more. No, how is weather there? Name camera. You name cameras? People name their cameras? I don't name anything. I didn't name my teddy bear, guys. And that was it hurts to say, but it was 29 years ago I got my teddy from my daddy on Christmas. See, I'm wearing Christmas clothes. I can have my teddy on stream. This is Teddy. No, I don't actually. I just joke. Liking the color combo. I do too. I really do too. I want to have the teal green in here. Oh, Teddy, do you want to be on camera? He's winking at you guys. His bow always comes undone. His little plaid bow. But that can be the color palette theme for the bracelet that I'm going to do in plaid. What do you think? We do teddy bow? Teddy plaid? Yeah, hi Teddy. Oh, it's pretty. Yeah, so that's all he's ever been called. I've had him since I was 4. We have another one that's the same pattern and everything. Different fabric for the fur. It was like an Oriental Trading Company kind of affordable, cheap bear. But like I've had him so long and he's never like ripped a stitch, guys. Like, look how sturdy those stitches still are. This one doesn't have a tail. The other one has a tail, but he don't have a tail. He just go flat booty. But yeah, no ripped stitches. I wash him by hand every now and then. He did have a flocked nose when I was little. It was kind of like fuzzy. But the flocking has rubbed away. I did super glue his nose back on one point when I was in like middle school. But yeah, that's about it. Here you go, bear. Here you go, Christmas bear. Teddy plaid bracelet. I will do. Yes. Nosy boop. Boop in the nose. Boop. Teddy bow plaid. Boop in the nose. Just want to say everybody in here is amazing, and you're amazing also. Thank you, Nail Queen. Thank you. Credit doesn't go to me this time. We are doing part of a Crafty Day In, which is a community effort. But yes, most of these people are my usual viewers. Not most of the chatters are my usual viewers. I can't guarantee the same for everybody who's lurking, but everybody is amazing regardless for being here. Thank you guys, each and every single one of you, whether you can hear me or not. Yay! Little Teddy. Okay, Teddy goes back on the windowsill because I need to lean forward. Yeah, he lives on my bed. Always has. He goes with me on trips too. I'm surprised I've never lost him. If I did, I would cry because it's the last thing I have that my dad gave me. My dad passed away when I was 15. So I have that. I have the teddy bear. He gave me a book at one point that I did not keep because it's yeah, no. We don't keep Piers Anthony books here. Yeah, what was the pun I was using for Piers Anthony's name? I don't remember. I should have written it down. He gave me a book at one point. He gave me a big giant like rabbit with red eyes, but that thing was so huge I didn't end up keeping it. Various other things. I have my copy of Super Mario 6 Golden Coins for the Game Boy. That is the other thing I have that my dad gave me still. So it's special. I will never get rid of it. And I'll never get rid of my teddy bear. He's the only thing I would go into a house if my house was on fire, the teddy bear is the first thing I'd save. If I had time after that, I would get my like legal paperwork and stuff. But Teddy first. I can't replace him. Back and sorry, I should have made iced tea earlier. It's okay. It's okay. You're fine, Glenn. No one is upset if you have things to go do. We are all in that same boat. You're amazing. Oh. I do my best. I make pretty bead things. I teach pretty bead things. Does anybody have pretty bead questions? I also braided the bow into my hair today, so there's a crown of braid. It's been years since I did that, so it took me like 3 tries to get it right. Can I lick? I lick. You have parrot, you lick. Lick bead. This fun. We all good time. Dawn licks beads to claim them as her own. And this is her dibs emote that she used up in chat here. I use it too. Every time I see other people with beads, I lick their beads and then they're mine. Yeah. It's a way to claim as one's own. Lick beads. Because parrots don't produce saliva, therefore it is hygienic and I can lick. True fact. Prince, I have a teddy that my father gave to me when I was 2. Sister's dog ate the face. Oh no. Was there enough left of it to maybe like salvage? That's so sad. I don't know what I would ever do if Teddy like actually got damaged or lost, especially lost. I like to pick up beads. These my beads. How am I gonna make bracelet if you guys are all licking my beads? Chisito. How are you doing, friend? How are you today? Welcome in. If this is anybody's first time at a Crafty Day in, welcome. We're an amazing raid train of, was it 8 or 9 vendors each day that are streaming, but we have 38 total on a craftydayin.com. Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate you, friend. Prince, I've never been so angry at an animal in all my life. I 100% understand. I would have been pissed. Just livid. Absolutely livid. I would have asked the owner for compensation because you can't replace that. Can't replace a teddy bear your dad gave you when you were a child. Like, you just can't do that because you don't get to have hugs from dad no more. So you need the teddy. I am 33. I don't care. I still love that thing. It's just a puppy, but yeah. I had some sort of like orange stuffed animal when I was a kid that one of my brothers ripped the head off of him. And it just one of those vivid memories. I'm like, no. Like, I know it's one I wouldn't have kept into adulthood, but still, at the time, it was just traumatizing. I cried forever. Ooh, silver. Stella, my brother knew better than to do that. We're gonna whoop him if he did. Okay. Yeah, so I loom the whole box first, and then I do the row after it so that I can come back and add the bow later. 2, 3, 4, 5. So obviously the bows are a little more work than just weaving it flat. So I have to add to the price. These are typically $30 bracelets for the width and length that they are. And I don't know that 35 is enough. So I might have to make them $40 bracelets. Jeez. Bah. For all the extra bows, because there's 10 bows. If it were like 5 bows, I think 35 would be fair, but like there's 10 bows, so $1 a bow extra for the extra effort of reinforcing it twice. I don't know. You gotta think about these things, you know. But I think the bows themselves would be enough of a cool perk to spend the extra. I sell. I plan on maybe getting around to selling a couple of these tomorrow because I do have an IRL event. So Miwapan is also a beader who I forgot to shout out. It's okay. Shout them out as you remember. Like, we only have enough space in our brains for beads. It's okay. Prince, tit for tat. My bro stole my kins and destroyed them. I take their G.I. Joes for compensation. They have more joints anyway. Oh, Nine-Tailed Fox, thank you so much for the follow. As I said earlier, like, my alerts aren't working on this screen, so if I miss something, I'm so sorry. Hello, Jack's Ghost. Hello, lovely work. Thank you, Jack. How are you today? It's been a long time. We're doing a Crafty Day In today, which is a vendor showcase of 38 artists. Here are all the socials for Crafty Day In. It's our Black Friday event. Welcome in, welcome in. Take a sip, babes. Okay. Thank you. Okay, cool, Yael. Can do. Yael. Like, I only know one person with the name Yael. Like, are you who I think you are? Because if so, that's amazing and I love you. But if you're not, hello, welcome, stranger. Stella, yep, plus he's super ticklish even on the outside of his upper arms, and I have long nails that survive rock climbing. Oh, jeez. Pretty sure her brain cell went somewhere else for the day. Don't you know, Dawn, I'm using it right now? Streamer have brain cell, please. Glenn, been up since 2:30 a.m. Need to step away. Oh, have your nap. Yes, I totally understand. Thanks for stream VP and have a nice day. Have a nice day. It's actually Esty. Esty. No, okay. I don't think I know who you are then. It was Yale though, but Twitch won't let me change it. Oh no. I'm sorry. I think you have to be on Twitch for a certain period of time. I don't know the exact rules, but I know you can change it. I just don't know what qualifications you have to meet. But yes, have a good nap. Have a good nap. Thanks, Prince. Outside my window. Jack, I'm well. I love the project. My mom would find those adorable. You know. I'm glad you like it. But yeah, I think they're cute. Like, I don't know. I came up with the present and bow idea 2 years ago when I made the Santa cacti. Dude, we're over here. Come on. Be nice. Aha, there he is. Okay. And then he had presents on both sides because I didn't know what else to do, but like Santa brings presents, so why not, you know? And then the bows happened when I was just trying to figure it out. I have like one more month or so though. Okay. Okay, cool. It happens. You'll get there. You can change the username. If you do, just remind me it's been changed. If you come back after that point. So, done. Twitch won't allow a name change if a name change has occurred within 90 days. 90 days. Okay, cool. Nail Queen, it's cold. I'm sorry. My mom would say put on more socks. Which is my actual first thing I go do when I get cold. Put on more socks, and if that still doesn't help, then I put a jacket on. Prince, I love the bows. They look like they they'd giggle when you move. Or jiggle. Move. Jiggle. Jiggle bells. Jingle bells. Wonder if they make jingle bells that small. They do make really, really small ones, but I haven't had jingle bells in a really long time. I think if you were to do jingle bells and jewelry, they'd be best as earrings because your head moves back and forth, and then you'd hear the little teeny tiny clink 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 as they moved with you. You walk on. They do. I have some, and now my gears are turning. Oh no. Good. I have too many ideas in this brain, and somebody needs to scoop them out and use them themselves. Friends, I got a box of them, but at another house. Oh no. You have 2 houses? Or like with somebody else. Jingle bell earrings coming up. All right, good. Go for it. Do start now before you lose the idea entirely. I just saw the video about Twitch, Rewind 2021 on YouTube. Sadly, I wasn't in it. Oh. You know, I doubt anybody in creative is, but I don't look at that kind of stuff. It's okay. Princess situation is very strange. You don't have to go into detail if you don't want to, but we all have weird situations sometimes as far as housing goes. Mine is interesting. Maybe another time. Yeah, that's fair. All right. Does anybody have any cool projects going on today, this weekend? Other plans? Are we able to watch the whole Crafty Day and shenanigans for 2 days? It's a lot, even just as a viewer. But I'm gonna try to at least say hi in everybody's stream. I do my best. It's a lot. Long days. Just easy. I can't. Yes? What are you doing? This? Sweet. It's a lot of socializing. So, everybody definitely rest up after the weekend for sure if you are hanging around the whole time. Take naps as necessary. Because I don't know about you, but I can't stay awake the whole time. I had to peace out at some point last time around and be like, I'm sorry, but I'm asleep. Please continue. And I just moved to my phone and cast it to the TV while I slept. Well, I don't either, but I was so nervously watching if I ever see my streaming. Maybe someday. That is not a goal of mine. What are my goals? I don't really have any for stream. I just kind of stream. For the longest time, it was open up that 5th emote slot, and then they just gave us several more, and I'm like, don't take away my goals like that, Twitch. What you doing? What you doing to me? Or at least they're rolling it out. I haven't actually checked to see if I have extra emote slots or animated emotes or any of that as an affiliate, but when that was the last thing I could do was reach that last slot for affiliate. I'm like, yes, a goal. And now it's what do goal? Ooh, I like the silver. Yes. Silver. This palette matches these earrings. This is where this palette came from, was this set of earrings. The trees. I've already sold one of these pairs, so I know it's doing good. Doing good. I think affiliates do. At least I was able to upload my own. I'm just lazy. I haven't looked. I only have enough things I can do. And even then, if I did, I'd want it to be custom exo art or my art. If I get around to some of those. And those take time anyway, so I'm not really in a hurry. I'll upload them when I do. Saren is animated one, so I'd assume it's good for everyone. Ooh, I like those. Yeah, these pretty. And then there's these in gold too. So I have them in silver and gold both. Just testing out both. I like them both because the dark green is good enough to contrast with the silver, so it's works with the silver. However, I did get a lot of people oohing and awing at these last time I set up, and I'm like, there's not even enough contrast. I just put them on there because I didn't want to undo my work. I like this one with gold better personally, but I don't have any made right now. I just like them. Pretty. For earrings, what kind of metal do you use for the hooks? I'm allergic to most. I am also allergic to pretty much everything. For earrings, I do use whatever is commonly available in the stores, they are not going to be, they might say they're nickel free, but I still don't believe them. They're usually surgical steel. I also don't believe them. But if I do have a customer who is allergic and does have a special metal request, either silver or gold of whatever type you prefer, I will look for titanium earrings for you too. You know, I will charge you accordingly for the extra findings. So like with sterling ear wires and like gold filled ear wires, I'd charge you an extra $5. And then if it were titanium, then I'd have to hunt them down and charge you for whatever it costs. But I do custom replace the findings. It's just something I have to know about ahead of time. Because I do find there are fewer of us than you would think. Like just out and about selling on a weekly basis. I have found that people with metal allergies are one of two ways. They will tell you ahead of time in advance and pay you the extra for it, or they will buy them anyway. They have jewelry pliers at home and they will put their own ear wires on the piece. It's just something they're used to, and it's easier for them to use their favorite like ear wires, and they have a favorite place that they buy ear wires. I found that to be the case as well. So it's whatever your guys' preference is. If you want to buy it as is and you have your favorite ear wires, you're welcome. Welcome to do so. If you just want the motif and you want to put the ear wires on yourself, I can do that for you. Or I can charge you the extra to hunt down your preferred metal myself. And that's the same with like the findings on like most of my other work. Most people though will ask me for a button and loop closure, which I can do if they're sensitive to metal enough that just regular base metal findings make them green or itchy. I will do button and loop closures for bracelets and necklaces for you. Titanium beads must be expensive. Titanium ear wires. Okay, cool. Yeah. So like, I just always ask that anybody that has specific metal allergies, talk to me about it first. Like if you're thinking about ordering something or commissioning something, just let me know about it ahead of time. You can see that I'm not wearing earrings. My ears are pierced still. I can't wear anything. Even titanium, I can only wear for 4 hours before this ear starts itching. This one's okay, but like I get headaches too. Can confirm they are expensive. Yeah, they're pricey. I've had customers ask me about the ear wires and I've replaced them with hypoallergenic surgical steel. Yeah, I'd rather just titanium just to be safe. Some I have are silver plated. Did see some gold 24 karat beads. I don't have any gold 24 karat beads. I am not that rich. Not to just use willy-nilly. These are gold Duracoat. These are galvanized gold Duracoat. Ooh, pretty. Hydrate. Okay, one sec. Let me finish this row. It's also niobium. That's the other one. Thank you. Niobium can come in lots of colors, and it's more affordable than titanium, for sure. Niobium, for the silver and gold colors, and like the bronze, are all so much darker and muted than like the bright gold and silver, the bright silver finishes you can get on most ear wires, that I haven't actually got them. And I really should. I really should just break down and get some niobium ear wires. It would save me a lot of trouble. Like on the fly at shows, you know. But again, I don't get too many requests because of the reasons mentioned. People will either tell me about it ahead of time, and I can fix it there on the spot if I have something. If I don't have something, I can find it for them and meet with them somewhere else. Or they'll just buy it anyway, and they have their own pliers and their own findings that they use. Can afford fancy metal beads either. Nope. Beadwork starts off and for a long time can remain a very budget-friendly medium because the beads can last you a long time before you start learning more intensive stitches, more bead or thread heavy stitches, or you start upgrading to fancier beads. And a lot of beaders these days start off with the expensive beads and they just go from there. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine having started off with delicas. Like, there's no way. But I get that the aesthetic and the look that they give, you can't get with anything else other than Tohos, which are oftentimes more expensive. So I can't even wear gold without getting reactions. Yeah. Everybody's different. Everybody's body is different. But people who know that they're allergic to findings they'll let you know. They're not going to assume ever. I've never had them assume. I'm sure there's a first for everything, but I've never had them assume. Because the gold nowadays is mixed with other metals to make them stronger or cheaper. Exactly. So you have to get vintage things. Like, even I had a pair of 14 karat gold earrings that one of my brothers gave me when I was 9 or 10, and I still couldn't wear them, and that was like in the 90s. So yeah, you'd have to go really far back to get findings that you could really trust, you know. Dawn, I don't have many seed beads. Then again, most of my materials are upcycled. Yeah. There aren't a lot of seed beads in thrifted finds somehow. And if they are, they're going to be like the mass-produced multi-strand necklaces with Chinese beads. Paper beads are fun. Yeah. They're fun to make, too. I haven't made many in a long time. Have I made any? I know how to make them. Have I made any? I know I've had them before. I can't remember if I made them or not. Or pay out for the 24 karat. Expensive though. Right, yeah. Yeah, you get into fine metals and then dollar amounts go up. Stella, I've had one person forget to mention they had a nickel sensitivity, but I automatically asked about metal allergies or sensitivities as my mom has one. Yeah. And that's what I do too, because especially if it's earrings and a commission. You know, if someone's just buying it outright, I don't ask. You know, I'm going to pretty much assume that they know what they're doing or they're buying it for someone else. But if they're buying something for themselves and it's a pair of earrings and it's a commission, I always ask. Nail Queen, how long does it usually take to make a bracelet? One of these, well, the bows take a little longer. But if I'm not streaming, obviously, and I'm actually paying full attention to it, or it's my main attention thing, it can take an hour or two, depending, to weave it. Well, it should take an hour to weave it, and it should take an hour to finish it off. Otherwise, I'm not charging enough. So 2 hours total for this size bracelet should do it. This one's going to be a little bit longer because of the bows. Also, I'm going real slow because it's stream time. Raw. I still have Taiwan glass beads brand, but I much prefer Toho's in terms of quality. Well, true that. Most people do. Chinese beads are great for bead embroidery, though, so like you really shouldn't have to worry unless the finishes are weird. Stella, yep, this one was for earrings and it was a crafter's Christmas exchange. Oh, cool. I wanted to make sure she would enjoy what I sent her. That's fair. That's totally fair. Nail Queen, I know when we're streaming we never get nothing done because we usually talking. But yeah, after stream, yeah. For a bracelet this size, actually I have one this size. Same size bracelet. This one is apples. This doesn't have the bows, so it takes less time. But it takes about 2 hours to finish. Start to finish. I do weave 5 or 6 at once though, so I do all the weaving first, and then I come back and I do all the clasps. And that includes the tying in and adding the jump rings and the clasps and stamping the little thing with a VP. My little chain tab. I need a little logo mark. I need a maker's mark soon. I've just been doing letters for now. That's been on my list for a minute. Beautiful. Apples. Yeah, little apples. Pretty fast on the loom. I can be sometimes, yeah. Depending on what it is and how complex the pattern is. This one's a pretty slow loom project. All right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Dawn, am I missing anything? Did I mention everything I need to mention? There's Sarah with the Crafty. Yay! Guys, go check out all these vendors. They're amazing. They're amazing. At the very least, give them all a follow on both their shops and their streams, if they have streams, and their social medias, if they have social medias, so you can keep up with them year round. Nail Queen. So if you did something like that without the loom, you think it would take longer? Yes. Yes, for sure. If you did it with square stitch, it would take longer, but you wouldn't have any threads to tie in at the end. Whereas if you do it with loom, it goes a lot faster, but you have the threads to deal with at the end. I still think it's faster, loom and threads included, because square stitch can get really bulky and it can fill up the beads very, very quickly. And it's really hard to undo if you need to undo it at all. Whereas loom work, if you make a mistake a few rows back that definitely needs to be fixed, you can just easily undo a few rows. It takes no time, and you can just start it all over in the time that it would have taken you to undo square stitch. But they each have their pros and cons. Like if you have a really weird shaped piece, or if you're doing like small pixel art, like under a couple inches big, square stitch is easier because it is really difficult to loom and have to weave in ends on a little tiny piece. But the bigger the piece is, the more likely you are to want to choose loom work. The smaller the piece is, the more likely you are to want to choose square stitch. Like, let me see if I have an example. Is my hat in here? No. Square stitch. Of course I don't have any square stitch pieces in here. How dare I? I had nothing. No good example. But yeah, if it's under 2 inches, you definitely want square stitch. If it's over in any dimension, then looming is probably your best bet. True. Is that where the 15-0s comes in? These are 15s, yeah. Get a little tiny compared to the 11s. These are Charlottes too, so they sparkle. They're like 2-cut. I wish I could find more of those. But I find them in small bead stores. Shipwreck had them for a while. But I need to go to specialty bead places. I should probably try Crazy Crow for the first time in my life. I haven't ever. Has anybody shopped at Crazy Crow? For Hank's little 15s or 13s even. 15s are smaller than 11s. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The bigger the number, the smaller the bead. Here, let me do a rundown for you. Do I even have big beads nearby? Come on, big beads. One sec. Maybe. Negative. Ghost Rider. Oh, I didn't miss anything? Good. Yay. Okay, I actually have all the same color even. I don't have the 11s in this style, but I have the Delicas, which are the same size as regular 11s. Okay, so what we have, I have 1/0s. Oh yeah, I have some too. Only in one color though, because I don't go bigger than 6/0. They're big. It's even size 18s. Yeah, no, I have some. I have 18s and 22s, but the most common sizes you're going to see sideways. These are size 6. That's 6 beads per inch. These are size 8, 8 beads per inch. Size 11, 11 beads per inch. And then size 15, 15 beads per inch. If that helps. And I do have size 18s and size 22s even. And those are tiny. And I don't have needles small enough to use them really. My guys, why are you not? There you are. Whoa. And these are the size I'm using. So they get bigger by a lot and they get smaller by a little bit. You always want to have at least like black and white and whatever metallics you like in size 15s. I try to have like a Roy G. Biv of 15s, at least one shade in all the colors of the rainbow and brown. So like the things you use the most, you want those in size 15s. They come in handy down the road. Will happily take one of those off Pearl's hands if she needs to use them. Hey, I didn't use them. I did. Or something similar. It's awful. Oh, what did I miss? What did I miss? Bees. Crazy Crow is a great place to shop with good quality merch. I have not looked into their beads yet, though. I just know good things. Nothing but good things. Have you ever dropped one of those and spilled it all over the floor? Absolutely, I have. Thought 11s were small. Yeah. You drop beads, and I have shag carpet, guys. It is half pile, so it's like half an inch thick of yarn standing up on end for this carpet. You can lose beads forever and ever and ever, and they'll never come back. See, Stella, I have a tradesman in my scouting reenactment community that has a seller permit with them. He might sometimes include things I request in his order. Let me pay cost. Shifty eyes. No shifty eyes. We know a bead seller who does the same for Fire Mountain gems. Yeah. I think bigger than 6, they go by millimeters. There's a 1/0. And then they go by millimeters once you start reaching anything above 6 millimeters. But yeah, millimeters can start at 3 millimeter, which is the same size as other beads, but they're usually not seed beads. They're usually like crystals or something. Yeah. Bought my 13s from Beaded Edge Supplies. Hello, Nine-Tailed Fox. Are you a beater? Are you one of us? Ugh! I've not heard of this company. Ooh, give us links. We want companies. Jesus, I think I would just go straight to bed. If you drop beads in the carpet. Well, you even know why bead numbers are backwards. The smaller the numbers, the bigger the beads, and the bigger numbers is tiniest. I already explained it. It's the number of beads per inch. Per inch. Well, I don't know what explains the 1/0s, but everything else, yeah. 6/0s, 6 beads per inch. 8/0s, 8 beads per inch. 11/0s, 11 beads per inch. I think it's inch. 15, so on and so on, etc., down the way. I am. Can I post links? You are welcome. I don't have any blocks on links. Nobody's abused the privilege yet, so we're good. We're good. One of us, guys. Nine-Tailed Fox, do you need a community of beaters? I have collected them all in one bead box right there. Just click the link. You don't have to, but if you do need a community of beaters, because I know we all do. We are all lonely beaters, or at least I feel that way. There's few of us, any beaters. And everybody else too, you know. I am not exclusionary, but you'll find a bunch of us together there. And the bead puns. Oh, there we are. Beaded Edge Supply. I want to say. Click the link to save for it later. Ooh. Where is this company based out of? And I assume it's near where you live. I don't know. I'm going to look into this later. But yeah. That's really smart. What I miss? Vacuum hose with mesh bag. Picks them up good. Or put a sock over the end of your vacuum. That works too. Not great. Or at least my vacuum really sucks. Oh wait, it's supposed to. Ha ha. Okay. Pretty beads. What time is it for you? It is 12:48 p.m. for me. It's almost time for my stream to be done so that we can go raid Loomy Celine, who is next on our Crafty Day and raid train. We go finding her soon. Raw, I don't feel like a loner when I lurk. Well, yeah, when you lurk, but like before you found Twitch, honestly, did anybody feel like they had a beading circle? Because the answer for me is not a chance. Did not. And now I do. I have one. You guys are amazing. Beaders, fiber artists, illustrators, painters, all of ya. I will give countdown. Okay, thanks. Linus, you just slid that one in there, huh? Casually. My vacuum sucks. It's supposed to. I use that one a lot, guys. I really need to upgrade my vacuum. They have really pretty lavender size 11s. Lavender is so hard to get. It's so hard to get right. The Miyuki Duracoat, the one that's called Wisteria, I don't remember the number, starts with a 2. What Duracoat doesn't. That one is gorgeous. 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 Lol sucks. I got more than one of you. That's great. If you do have access to my emotes, this is the appropriate one to use. If you don't, you know, whatever you have is appropriate too. Woo. Okay, I share pictures on Discord of the beads I got. That is totally fair. Welcome to. We love beads here, and all things bead related, and all the crafts we have never learned that include beads we want to learn. I want to learn bead tatting next, because I have the materials for it. I might as well. I'm also probably stalling on bead crochet because that project is long, and I can't do it sitting up. I have to be leaning back with the work prop between my knees to work on it. And that dark muted green is so lovely. And I think that's one of the other differences between Toho beads and Miyuki beads. And like these aren't quite, the ones I'm going to show you aren't quite like the exact same, but they're pretty close. Okay, so these are my go-to colors when I need like a dark teal. Okay, so the one I'm using is Toho number 706. Come, handwriting. And the dark teal Miyuki that I have gone to for years and years and years and years is Delica number 324. And it just, the extra amount of blue that's in the Toho is just like scrumptious, and it's deep and it's dark and it's luscious, and like I love it. And I don't know, there's just not the intensity in the Miyuki, in the Delica. Hey, no. There's just not the intensity in the Delica color. And like these are the closest approximations to each other that I found for this type of dark bead that I want, you know? I know, it's just Toho has richer colors, if that makes sense. Like more intense, sometimes more vibrant. Like when you're going neon beads, they're really more vibrant. Where can I share the picture on your Discord? What part? If it's just beads, general. If it's something you're working on, beading UFOs, which is unfinished objects. And if it's finished, finishes. If it's fiber art, we have a needle and fiber arts. We have a general art. If it's general art, yeah. Or the general chat, yeah. Depending on what it is. We're not too picky either, so, like, if things end up in the wrong spot, it's fine. I try to not have too much stuff going on in my Discord category-wise, so, yeah. Love seeing beads, yes. Those are Toho treasures? They are! I love treasures. I love treasures. So that's what I'm using now, is treasures. I do have some Acos, which are nice as well, but the treasures are more affordable. This is what you'd be able to find if you were to go to Michael's, if your Michael's still has Toho beads. Mine does not. It hasn't had Toho since about 2014. And then I heard that somebody in my Discord, their Michael's abruptly stopped selling them recently, like within the last couple weeks, and it's just so heartbreaking because I know that feeling. So this is what you're going to be able to find in Michael's if you're looking for cylinder seed beads locally. That's if you don't have a bead store. If you have a bead store, I don't know what they sell. They're all different. My last bead store is where I got this color of Tohos the first time around, because I could buy it in person, which is so much nicer. I don't have a local bead store anymore, guys, so my shopping options are limited to my ability to stare at a computer screen and not be able to touch them first. I'm so mad. All your beads belong to me. I got some rose gold and silver. They're just beautiful. I don't have rose gold yet. I don't have coppers in general, but I don't have rose gold at all, which is a shame. Such a shame. T-minus 6 minutes. We'll inform when the train is ready to depart, is how my brain read it. Thank you, Don. Okie dokie. Soon we'll be moving this party on, guys, and then I can have some food. And then we will be moving this party on. But I will be working on this inventory for the rest of today. As I said, I do have an in-person event to go to tomorrow. So if there's anything you wanted that you've seen, that I've talked about, that's on my Instagram, I would highly recommend you mention it today versus tomorrow, because it'll just be an extra day's wait while I make something if something sells, basically. That's okay though. I don't mind. That's what I'm here for. I'm mostly a made-to-order artist as far as my online sales go. That's perfectly all right. But if you see something, snag it, and you can guarantee that you'll get it first before anybody else does. And then what was the next thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, I will be just spending, after I get the inventory done, spending the rest of today and after my event tomorrow editing and playing and uploading listings if I can. So just all the extra time while Crafty Day In is happening, I will be messing with my website. So keep checking back, seeing what's there. Can't promise there'll be a lot more updated, but there might be something. We'll see. Hides my stash of seed beads from Dawn. My preciouses. No, mine. No, guys, they're all mine. I'm the one streaming, therefore I have claim to all beads. And the Lumi will have claim to all beads, so all the beaters are out of luck. And she won't know what to do with any of them. There used to be places where you could trade beads. I miss it. Oh, that would be before my time. Or at least in places that I never went to. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for rating, Linus. Thanks for being part of this for the first time. That's amazing. Appreciate you. What coincidence. I just applied cross symbol. Thank you for streaming. Yes, thank you. Check out the score so you can see my box. What box? Oh yeah, Discord soon. Soon. Once I'm off and I get settled and I go to the restroom and have food and all that jazz. I hear all the beeps. I'm sorry if it's driving you guys bonkers. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we're going to Lumi next. She is next in the raid train. So hang out. I don't know what she's working on today. I'm gonna guess cross stitch, but I could be wrong. Maybe a bit more as her starting soon screen isn't live yet. No worries. I am here until the conductor gives me the go ahead. I did actually make a raid call. But since my bot isn't subbed, it's just gonna be text and no emotes. But there it is. It would be the kazoo if I were subbing my own bot, which I don't. Of course. Silly bot, right? But I learned something today, so there's that. The bot has to have my username in order to be tricked into using my emotes if it's not subbed. Hey, Saren can do it. This isn't fair. I can't do it myself. Wait, I can copy and paste it though. Like, because I am me, but my bot isn't me. There you go. It worked for me. Okay. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Duh. I'm the one in the chatting, not the bot. Whatever. So if you guys are subbed to me, it will work. I learned another new thing. Woo. It's just it won't show for the bot unless the bot is subbed. Got it. I'm learning stuff. No Lumia. Yeah, I heard starting back. Not yet starting at the moment. I don't mind waiting. We're good. So Elisa said something. What we got? I'm in Waco. Yay. Oh, did you finally arrive? Cool. Waiting to eat lunch. I haven't been out that direction ever. I know where it is. I just have no reason to go. Snowing again. Woo! Flails. You can do the Kermit flail, exclamation point flail. He'll show up, maybe. Wait, no, I don't have GiftBot on the screen. My bad. On this layout. Oh well. You'll hear the clapping though. There's the clapping. Stop snowing here, yay. You got half of it, that's good enough. No, need more snow. I tried. I didn't even think of GiftBot for this overlay, for this scene, so, you know, there's that. Boop. Minus 5 minutes. Lumi's starting soon screen has appeared. Yes. We're waiting for... Hello, McKay. Hi, welcome. Still snowing for Prince as well. We're waiting for Lumi's starting screen to be done with. We're supposed to be running an ad break to eliminate pre-rolls for us when we do raid so that you guys don't get caught in a train, in an ad. Which is why the gap delay there. So we don't raid immediately. We wait a few minutes until our lovely mod team, of which Graceful Dawn is our conductor at the moment, gives us the go-ahead. No, McKay licked the beads! Then flails and runs away. I guess these don't belong to me anymore. If you lick the beads, you don't get the presents inside. Lives in Erie Snowbelt. Ah, I see. I live in Tornado Alley. I think you win. But also, like, I've only ever seen, like, one serious tornado hit close to town. We had a couple bits of, like, funnel weather that never touched down. But, like, mostly that. Let's be real. You never owned them after I showed up. Okay, fair. I've sent you a fair amount of beads. I've sent a lot of you a fair amount of beads. My beads are all yours. I just have them temporarily. Oh, we get the tornadoes too. Oh no. I live right off Lake Ontario. This is true. Fellow Niagaran. Close neighbor friends. Depends on what side of the border, yeah. Lives near Lake Superior. Hello. Everybody lives in the Great Lake regions. I want to go north. This isn't fair. Choo choo. Okay, starting the raid. Let me put this down. All right, thank you everybody for beating here and joining us in the Crafty Day and raid. Next up is Loomy Celine. I don't know what she's working on. Let me get it started. All right, getting started. Oh, you am I don't remember how to spell Loomy. S? Yes. Okay. Ah! New pattern. Looks like it. Train chugging. Non-sub braid call. I just did the one. I'm sorry. I will have regular and non-sub braid calls for normal time, but not for now. I'm sorry. But I will bead you later, guys, and let us chug along. Choo choo!
There it is. There it is. Holy smokes. Here it comes, y'all.